Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the daily show coming at you from the great state of Florida. One hell of a drug. And wherever you are tuning in from around the world, thanks for watching. Today we're going to talk about, is this event that is coming up tomorrow, this week, is this going to cause the markets to crash again? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the current price of Bitcoin. We're going to talk about, we've got the Fed rate hike decision coming up next week as well. And we've got the Fed talking again. We know what happened last time the Grinch, aka Powell, spoke. We're going to talk about those events, the Bitcoin price, how I'm trading it, and a whole bunch more. But before we do that, of course, you know what I say next, smash that like button. This does help get this channel out to more people and does help support the channel, as does your wonderful, amazing comments that you leave. You take the time to write them. I take the time to read them. And of course, those of you who ask questions in the comment section, I do get back to those as soon as I'm able to. However, if you'd like more immediate engagement and interaction with me, you can find me in the Stocks with Josh Discord. Now, where is that, you might ask? I'm so glad you asked. That's just below in the description of this video. You might need to click the more button and it will pop out to the description and you can find the links there. And I'm in the crypto channel there daily with some of the most amazing people on the planet. There's the meme coin channel, aka the Party Zone, and of course we have stocks, we have other traders in there. I have my own Crown Traders section where I share education, insights, resources, some of the trades that I'm taking, as well as entertainment, because I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? All right, let's get straight into the action, because there is a lot of action today. And of course, what I'm talking about is the Bank of Japan. They are rumored to likely to raise the short-term rates to 0.5% from 0.25%. Now, we know what happened in late July when they did this, which led to an almighty crash in both stocks and crypto, which we were able to take advantage of. I was in the crypto channel and we absolutely smashed it in there as I was sharing all the different entries and trades we're taking. I know many of you were able to profit on that greatly. If this does happen again on Thursday night, I'm going to stay up later than normal to wait for this decision and to look to trade that volatility. Because if we do see, so here are the different outcomes. Okay, number one, it was a surprise when it happened in July. It's not necessarily going to be a surprise for most people come tomorrow night if they raise the rates, okay? Now, also, people might say, yeah, but is that the yen cash carry trade, is that done? Analysts believe maybe only 60% of that dump was done, and there could be a further dump come because there's still some, because it was in the trillions of dollars, so there could be a lot more to come there, but maybe not as big as August, okay? So what I'm expecting is I do think there will be some downside if there is an interest rate hike, and it could quite possibly be as bad or worse than August, because this could signal ongoing rate hikes, or the fact that they did it in July, now they've done it in January, and that's because maybe things haven't improved, obviously. And is that going to continue to happen? And could this completely unravel? Because people say, okay, I'm done, I'm out. So that's there. Now, I did put an article here. So if you do want to see more about that and read more about that, that's on my X account there. You can follow me there on Crypto Coins 365 there. And there is, I show you there that it's likely to be on around Eastern Standard Time, 10:30 p.m. on Thursday, Eastern Standard Time, Pacific Time, going to be about 7:30. They don't give an exact time, so it could be earlier, it could be later, and so you'll just have to wait there. And I don't really want to do an all-nighter, so I hope that that information does come out at a suitable time. I did say that this should be talked about more, in my opinion. What's your opinion? Do you think it's priced in because people think that it's going to happen? Obviously, here's the thing. If it doesn't happen, that's going to be extremely bullish for the markets, in my opinion. If they stay steady at 0.25%, it doesn't look like they're going to cut, and they have indicated that they are prepared to raise. But they could just keep it the same, and all of this just blows over, of course. And if they do raise it, I do think that is going to be at least short-term bearish for the markets like it was in August, and it could be a good buy the dip opportunity. So I'm going to have a bunch of buy orders set in case we get some really good opportunities there for that. And then of course, if that does come to pass. So yeah, so just I'm preparing for this in a way where I have taken a bunch of profits off the table for stocks and for crypto, not my hodl positions for crypto. And also I have been consolidating, as you know, through this entire month of January. I have been rolling my tokens into less coins. I'm going to talk about that more in the altcoin show. Someone made a comment the other day, oh no, you sold this coin and that coin and they've gone up. Yeah, I do. I expect everything that I sold to go up. I just want less coins to manage, and I feel like I've picked the ones, and I said the ones that I rolled into also went up, and they went up more. And so I'm expecting that the coins that I sell are going to go up, okay? So every coin that I've mentioned on this channel that I've sold, I expect it to go up. Number two, I expect the coins that I've sold them into to go up more. Of course, I just want less coins to manage. I've learned my lesson from the last cycle. Too many coins makes it too difficult, especially if there's some major global event and you have a whole bunch of coins there. And so I'd rather just less is more when it comes to trading at this point in the market for me. That's what I've done, and I feel very good and very comfortable about. But I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think happens if the Bank of Japan does raise their interest rates? Do you think that there will be an August-style dump similar? Or would it be worse or a little bit less? So I want to know worse, about the same, or a little bit less because maybe it's priced in. And then also let me know what you think. Is there even going to be a rate hike by the Bank of Japan at all? Maybe there just isn't going to be, and it just flows over. And then, of course, we have our next event, which is the rate for the US Fed. And, of course, I think 100% of the market is predicting it's going to stay the same. I'd be shocked if there were any moves. I think it's going to stay the same. More to the point is, what is the Fed going to say? We just can't trust this guy. Last time he came out and absolutely tanked the market with irresponsible, dangerous comments. This guy needs to go. Someone needs to get him out. That was just shocking what he did to the markets, and many people who are expecting for a great Christmas rally got it destroyed by Fed Powell saying a lot of the stuff that he did was completely, really irresponsible, in my opinion. He's got to go. And I think he might come out a little bit more dovish with his tail between his legs, or he might just double down and come out with some bit more of a wrecking ball there. So we've got to see what happens. And of course, if something major happens with the Japan, we might see a big flip and change as well. So there are two massive events coming up, three really when you think about it, with the Bank of Japan rate hike decision. You got the Fed rate hike decision. And what shouldn't be a big event is that the Christmas Grinch opening his mouth should not be a big event, but he's making it all about him. I'm always concerned. It seems like the market always seems to drop after this guy talks, which is just really shocking in my opinion, that this person has this much power and can do that. Okay, let's jump into the charts here. And as you can see with the Bitcoin price, I'm looking for 104 and we've lost it. So I would now flip to, now here's the thing, this was the time to take profits over here in mid-December. Now, if you didn't take profits over here on this massive rejection candle, what are you doing? What are you doing? That's the time to take profits on the big green massive candles, because all we see is bearish divergence. There is bearish divergence. It's more pronounced on the weekly time frame, though. Well, there it's clear as day. There is bearish divergence on the weekly time frame there. Of course, this could be a double top too. So this is why I just honestly, if you take profits at the big green candles and sell them, I don't want people coming to me in here saying, should I sell? Here is the time. The loss of this at 104 would be quite, this area here, because you can see deviation, rejection here. Okay. Now what I would do is I'd go to the hour time frame and looking at this 104 level. And if we see that this break below and retest and reject, I'm not saying, in fear, sell all your bags, the bull run is over. No, I don't think that is the case at all. I think the bull run is going to continue. I think it will play out as normal. And I don't think this is the end of the bull run, but you have to consider that I think there is a few percent chance that many people are posting on X, oh no, the bull run is over, packing my bags, I'll see you in 12 to 18 months. And of course, they've taken all their profits off the table, it seems, and they're probably ready to jump back in the market if they are wrong there. Who knows? Okay, but let's look what we see here. So a return to this level there would not surprise me, all the way back to 100K. And then obviously we're seeing this break down, but we'd have to see the daily close there. Now, I would rather wait for a daily close, and if there's a daily close below, it just depends how you want to play it. You can trade it on the hour time frame and there be rejection, but I do think there that if we see we're not seeing some strength here, and if we drop below, then if we lose this level here, a close below here on the daily, and this could be quite imminent to come down to 100K. Let's look at our yellow brick road, the liquidation heat maps here. Follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz, and we're going to show me the money. So you can see there, I do think a return to 106 is likely at some point, but to come down and get those 103 levels, that seems like what may be happening right now. And of course, remember, I did say to you the other day to trade in this 100 to 108K, 109K level, and that's what we could just continue to do here, and that's what I said. As you can see, they follow the liquidity. And so you can trade using this. I don't use it as a standalone because at some point the market is going to trend again to the upside. But we have seen that taken out. We see some more liquidity below here. There's probably about 100 million all in total just here at 103. And we did see that on the 12-hour. As we move to the 48-hour time frame, this will give us a little bit more in clarity. We do have more to the upside there. And so we could just come down and sweep all this money down to 100K and then come back up again at some point. I would think that is going to happen there. And I don't think that the bull market is over, number one. You can see all this liquidity up here, 107 all the way up to 110,000 there, but we do have liquidity down there again at 100 and 101 and 99. But I do think that we are going to see a new all-time high before the end of February. I think we'll breach above 120K there. And of course, some people are saying the bull run will be over before May, and that's quite possible that happens. I picked August and September, but of course there's some other things that could change my mind on that as we come down to the bigger time frame. Let's just jump to the 3-month. I like to really zoom out, and 3-month trades that are on the table here. And you can see that this is what happens. It got taken. This is what I said the other day, that 110, 109 was going to get taken, and it did. Okay. And then if we look to come down here, we're down all the way at 86. It's still there. It's still there. Let's switch to Binance. These are two, so you can look and see at 80. What have they got? Now they've got a good chunk. They haven't got as much down there, so it's really Bybit has the trades that are down there at 86 to scoop that up. So it's possible that we come down there to get that, but we may come down and get that a lot later on. Of course, I think the next 2 weeks could be pretty important. And so I am definitely trading very cautiously. I'm not opening any leverage long positions until at least the Bank of Japan news comes in. And so I'll just be waiting to see what happens there, because if we do see that could take a number of weeks to recover. And so I want to make sure that I'm just sitting and watching. I can wait for today and tomorrow until tomorrow night and see what happens with that. Popped up. Okay, so back to the price charts there with Bitcoin there. As you can see, we are still dropping there, so we're going to see what happens. If we were to create a lower low here on the hour, that does bring in the 200 EMA. You can see that had held a support all the way down, 200 EMA on the 1 hour time frame. But again, look, if you take profit on these big pumps, and that was some pump, and that is some wick. And look, there's all this rejection here, all this time to take out. You had a whole day just to really take profits and get out of trades, and then you can come back and re-enter. Again, I just try and play it level to level. And the levels that I'm playing right now are I'd be taking profits just like I was entering at around 90 to 92 and exiting at around 100K. taking profits, getting back in again. Same thing at around 108. That's the time to take profit. And then down to 100K would be the time to re-enter. As long as it holds there, and it has, you can see these big wicks here. So you can see this is the range that we are currently trading in. Okay, now obviously if we were to retest and break down, there'd be another large deviation. I wouldn't like to see that, but of course it's a possibility. We haven't had a huge dump in January, but between the December and January drops, when we got down to 89K, which I did tell everybody here that I did see Bitcoin coming to 86 to 89K when Bitcoin was 108K. That's exactly what it did. That was almost a 20% drop, and that could be it. Okay, so just trade carefully there. This is a time where I'm looking at my portfolio. I'm going through it with a fine-tooth comb, and I am getting rid of some coins, rolling them to others, being in less. I'm taking profits off the table. I'm closing some trades, and I'm getting ready for a couple of weeks of volatility. I do know that February, I believe, and March are still going to be incredible bullish months for crypto. That doesn't mean that there couldn't be another move to the downside. Of course, everything is going to come down to this week, the Bank of Japan. Of course, unless we get something else crazy come out here in the USA, maybe the administration is finally going to make a decision on that Bitcoin strategic reserve. Okay, so if that happens, we could see a lot of move to the upside. Really, there hasn't been any talk about that yet from the current administration, so we'd want to wait on that. Of course, there's all the made in the USA coins that could get tax exemptions, so that could cause them to pump. I'm going to be doing an altcoin video on my top made in the USA picks, so stay tuned for that coming soon. And of course, Bitcoin dominance at the moment is pumping a fair bit. We're going to cover that in the next show. So Bitcoin has been the best trade again, and it just seems like this has been mostly a Bitcoin bull run. Then unless you've been in Bitcoin, Solana, some memes, maybe your portfolio don't look so good right now, and that's why it's important to be in the right coins for this bull run. And of course, that's something that I'm always analyzing my portfolio, moving around coins, sometimes selling the underperformers into the stronger performers, and having less coins but more liquidity in those coins. All right, well, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the show, and until the next one, happy trading.